Okay, so last week I complained high and low about exposition and how a lot of modern movies over-explain plots. They don't let the audience figure it out for themselves, and they just blurt out the whole situation before the audience can figure it out themselves. It's like giving someone a birthday present and then announcing what it is before they had a chance to unwrap it. You've just sucked all the fun right out of it. Now, after hearing a bunch of complaints, you may think that exposition is a bad thing, but that's not actually the case. Bad exposition is bad. Good exposition is where the magic happens. Good exposition has resulted in some of the most famous and most memorable scenes in movies. So what is exposition exactly? Exposition gives the audience important background details, like who the characters are, what they're feeling, where the story is set, what the characters want, or what has already happened before the movie started. It's the foundation for the story. Without it, the audience would be lost. The tricky part is delivering exposition in a way that doesn't feel obvious. The one thing you don't want your audience to think is, duh, we know that already. Good exposition blends into the story so well that you might not even notice it's happening. It can be worked into the dialogue, shown visually, or given through narration or flashbacks. One really clever example of visual exposition is in the beginning of The Lord of the Rings, when Galadriel is giving a brief history lesson about the origin of the ring. We see a flashback that quickly and effectively brings the viewer up to speed with the situation in Middle-earth, and that's it. From that point on, we're all on the same page. In addition to the technical details, it also sets the tone and gives a clear picture of the gravity of the situation and what's at stake. One thing a lot of new filmmakers struggle with is finding that balance between explaining enough and over-explaining. When you're writing or directing, it's tempting to spell everything out just to be safe. But audiences are smart. They can pick up on clues, body language, settings, and context. Trusting the audience to connect the dots is the part that makes movies engaging. Exposition was a huge element in Silence of the Lambs. In fact, exposition was the star of the show. It should have been Anthony Hopkins, Jodie Foster, and exposition. In the scene when they first meet, Lecter starts picking apart Clarice's past, asking her tons of questions about her childhood and the trauma she experienced, and that tells the audience a lot about her without having to go into lengthy scenes from her childhood. It's not just about the case, it's about getting into her head. Lecter drops hints and plays mind games, and these moments serve both as exposition and tension builders. So while the conversations are heavy with back and forth, they also reveal key plot points and background information on main characters, making the exposition feel natural and part of the story itself. And the result is one of the most well-known movies of all time. And it wasn't because of the plot, it was 100% down to how the script was written and how the actors played it. The Shawshank Redemption is another example of effective exposition, and once again, it's the exposition-heavy scenes that resonate most with the audience. Red's voiceover and dialogue help us understand Andy's background and the crime he was accused of without a lengthy flashback. This moment of exposition not only provided essential plot information, but also introduces Red as a character who observes and reflects on the lives of those in Shawshank. It's through Red's perspective that we learn about Andy. Because of Red's descriptions, we like Andy, we care about what's happening to Andy, and simultaneously, we also start to like Red as well. Red is our guide through this entire story. Red's observations and the level of writing used serve to endear characters to the audience, and once again, it results in a movie that becomes an absolute classic. Exposition is the glue that holds a story together, but how it's delivered makes a huge difference. The best kind of exposition doesn't feel like exposition at all. It just feels like part of the story. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.